Interesting. I'm not sure this doesn't look too similar to the way we came. But of course what was when I came was night, and now it's not night. But can tell anyway by if I switching on the if I'm switching on, this look like the valley of Halic coming up here, which is where I did some working further down. You can see like the row of jammies going down there towards the end. Not sure if it's not even there. Galata Tower in the distance I can see down there, probably not visible to the camera on this one. Got a camera that could zoom up, but it's not with me. I decided not to do. Oh, and this is the river going up at the top of the Halic. So this is it. This is definitely the Halic there, like I thought. So I'm getting used to the geography of Istanbul. This means I'm a little bit different way of coming back, because that way was really further out than the end of this river here. So from what I know from the map, so it is a different way. We are closer to, it is fewer number of kilometers. Probably he expected no queues coming this way, so it's more direct. Hopefully he is right. So not the full ring road effect like we came in on, but smaller, shorter, and closer to traditional center of Istanbul, which is good for film, of course. I'm happy to see this side as well, very nice. So we are in Avrupa, which is Europe, and in that direction there is Asia, which is Asia, but from here you can't really see Asia. You saw it earlier, so hopefully you're satisfied. If not, well, there's a little bit more of it on the old series. Don't forget to watch the old series from 6 years ago of Huliganov's visit to Turkey. I think I make about, it was the first really big series. It came to really over 20 films, nearly 30 films in total. And at the end of it all, one Turkish guy who watched it about his country, how foreigner would view his country, say he never saw an analysis of his country which was as really showing an understanding of it, of his country, to understand the country, as he's seen on my series, which was a very big compliment, I have to say. I took this as one of the nicest compliments I had from my filmmaking. Oh, it's interesting because this queue here. Now I understand this thing. I thought it was like a hand when I've seen this symbol before, but I suppose it's like Istanbul, isn't it? Like the city, like those 7 triangles and like tops of mosques and like a river running around it. Must be symbol for the city, for Büyük Şehir, the capital city, the big city, the metro. It's not the capital city, but it's like a metropolis. It's a Büyük Şehir, a big city. Oh, like a castle there, with the Turkish flag on the top, with the red and the moon and the star. The moon is like such a kind of crescent on this. Look a little bit like C, like the letter C, almost like a stylized C. And then the star after it look like a little bit like a plus, like an asterisk. And you could almost like say it's like a C asterisk or maybe like a C plus. Well, I think that it's a very modest mark to give yourself, if that's the idea they had, because I will definitely give them like an A minus probably, or a B plus, because I like the place. I wouldn't give it a C plus, I would give it a much higher mark than this for many things. Of course, there's still plenty to do, but I like places where there's still things to do, actually. Makes me think I could do something there myself. not like in places where everything appeared to be done already, and no thanks to the people who've even done it, we forget them fast enough. But everything to still be done, or plenty to still be done here. There is, that was a bit of a bump. Very big flag. They like the very big flags in this country. There is no doubt about where you are. Maybe I should touch a little bit, since we are in Turkey, about one question. This is, of course, the Kurdish question. One person in the hotel said to me, he bring up the question, not me, I didn't even touch on it, but he brought it up, and that made me to think a little bit about it. About the fact that he says that, in fact, ordinary people, he say, the receptionist, he say, ordinary people don't have problem with each other. That Kurds living in Turkey, just as happy as Turks, it's just the same their country like the Turk. I got the same rights and everything. So, hopefully this is true. But he say it's only politicians that make a big issue about it. Ordinary people happy enough. It's always possible that he is right. There's plenty of people don't care about their freedoms. And I'm not a big person to be saying that to have country is good. Country is only just another box to stick yourself in and put the label on and to be controlled. So whether it is such a great big thing to have the country, I am really quite skeptical. But since other people have got a country and feel like they should be allowed to take pride in it, then it's hard to see one quite sizable nation not have anything at all. Just to be spread out as a minority and feel like maybe guests in other people's territories. Well, even if they change it to, this is Zeytinburnu then, so this is like Olive's nose. So it's nice, the wall, the city wall. This is of old. Don't know if it's even from Constantinople days, from the old Crusader time. I'm not sure. Could be. I don't know enough. I didn't go on Wikipedia about it enough. But maybe you can tell in the comments if you know something about this. Certainly, if you have defenses like this, the first wall to breach ought to be the hardest. Because once you pass this, you already have a base. To have the first wall so low, don't really understand it much, but and you can fall back to the next wall, I suppose, and still pour or take a height advantage on the people in the second wall. Maybe it's all about that, but if you have a house with a double door, one builder told me this. I ended up nearly in court with him because he tried to cheat me, but still he told me one interesting thing about locking the doors. You say, if you got like a kind of airlock area in front of your house, first you have the door which is on the outside, and you open this, and then you have the door which is on the inside. Even if you've got no valuables in the area between time, it's just a place to leave your shoes, or maybe you use it like a little shed and have the potty plants and what have you there. Still, never mind, the best lock and the hardest door and the best lock you put on the outer one, not the inside one. Because once the person have got through that door, he closes it behind him, he's not visible to the public. he can relax, sit down, have a coffee, and think very hard how to get through the second door. So that you perhaps put a better lock on, but he's got lots of time to get through it. He's already got his privacy. He got through the first door. So the best lock goes on the outermost door. Same with the castle, in my opinion. Didn't ever build a castle in the Middle Ages, but that's my opinion anyway. I think I got as much qualification for this opinion as most people have for their opinions on most topics. It's interesting, these birds, like a parrot. That's a parrot. That's two parrots. That's two parrots in there. I can't believe. Either somebody's parrots ran away, or they got parrots here. Golly, I can't believe it. Like two lovebirds up in the tree. All they want is a room in Bloomsbury. Funny to see that. That's for me the first time I'm seeing parrot in tree in the wild. Or it's probably run away, but you know, not good news for them at 4 degrees plus, really not. So if it's your parrot, you better go down and get it. Or them, because there was two, sticking close together, like a lovebirds do. More of the rest of the wall looked like it was really old. If not, they will simply get rid, because it's taking a space and there's not much of it, so must be seriously old. Nice to be coming out this. I'm glad I made the film of this, actually, I have to say.